यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवां बोधे स्थितिरिषावताम् वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम्. Hari Om. In the last session we had seen Naradji giving advice to Himavan. But he is talking to Himavan, but his actual audience, the Adhikari, the student to whom he wants to talk, is actually Parvati ji. In this entire prasanga, we should keep reflecting more and more what is it that Goswamiji is trying to say over here. Later on, we will see the main prasanga that is there over here is the tapas that Parvati ji does. What is tapas? We will see later. But until now, Naradji has given some advice to Parvati ji, and that is predominantly about how to do manas tapas. So in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says there are 3 types of tapas. One, we can do it at mind level. One, we should do it at speech level. And one, we should do it at physical body level. So all these 3 tapas you can see over here. The first tapas is manas tapas, where Bhagavan says, Manaprasada Saumyatvam. Only this much you will see. There are other types of manas tapas. He says, having a pleasant mind and that thought which makes us have a pleasant personality. Manaprasada means having a pleasant mind. Saumyatvam, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji translates it as that thought which brings a smile on our face. Okay, you see how much elaboration Shankaracharya ji has done. He says Saumyatvam is that. And I cannot circumvent this tapas. Means I cannot say I'm a student of Vedanta, but I have not taken care of my mind. So that is why Goswamiji said over here that even if this jiva is part of Ishvara, even if the material is the same, but still, just like that, alcohol made from Ganga water, nobody will take it. We should seek help of Bhagavan to purify our mind. Means that intoxicant should be mixed with that water, and then one should purify themselves. So this is the first tapas, which is called as manasa tapas. And sometimes we are used to certain ideas, of getting things. So if you say, I want to get a beautiful mind, I want to get a happy mind, cheerful mind, the first question somebody might ask is, where is it available? What can I do to get a cheerful mind? What can I do to get a beautiful mind? Just like any object, you say you need to get a phone. You say, okay, where do I find it? What can I do to get it? You need to get a car. Where can I find it? What do I need to do to go get a car? So sometimes you feel in the same way. If I need to get a beautiful mind, you say, what can I do now to get a beautiful mind? So Vedanta says, beautiful mind is not gained by adding something. This beautiful mind is gained by letting go of something. Right? This is a fundamental switch in the way that Vedanta looks at pure mind. If I'm able to let go of those negativities which are there in me. This is that itself is called as pure mind. You don't have to add anything new right now. Letting go of, let us say, one negative thought, let us take anger. So I don't have to do anything to become peaceful. He says, just let go of that anger. Peace is your own nature. This Chaitanya Swarupa is Shanti Swarupa. And it is ever available in this mind. What is blocking me right now from enjoying that bliss are these vrittis. They just let go of that. Everything is good. You don't have to create anything new. The example given in our Shastra is like that, sandalwood stick which is covered with moss. You see, the fragrance from that sandalwood is not available. You don't have to add anything from outside. You just take out that moss, that fragrance will automatically come. So in the same way, for us to have a pure mind, a calm mind, it is said the whole process is of letting go, not going somewhere and getting something new or trying to add something. We say just try to remove what are those negativities, whatever negativities are there right now. I am trying, but that's not happening. It is easy to say. So then our Shastras come and say, have you tried seeking Bhagwan's help? Right? At least try and see. Seeking help means what? First, I will have to acknowledge this, right? I will have to acknowledge first that I really want to overcome anger. Only then I will seek help, right? If I have no problem with anger being there, then why will I go and seek help? So that is this thing about purity of mind, right? So that is the first manas tapas that Goswamiji has pointed out until this point, right? Which is called as manaprasada saumyatvam. He says for most of the time, we have to spend a lot of time with ourselves. Other people might be there around and they might be helping us, but we have to spend time with ourselves. We said we like to spend time with somebody who is interesting, somebody who is friendly. So the question we should ask is, have we made ourselves interesting? Have we made ourselves friendly? Ourselves meaning what? Our own mind. Have we made that mind as our friend? And as these negativities go down, we start feeling lighter in our personality. If we are able to let go of things easily, that mind itself is a peaceful mind, is a joyful mind. Gurudev used to give an example. He used to say, if you find rats in the house, right? What do? Do you discuss or do you debate, like what we should do with that? It has come, let it also stay here. He says, no, the first thing you do is send it out. Means remove it from your house. That thing staying here will not do you good. So he says, all our kama, krodha, vrittis are like those rats. The sooner we identify, recognize them, sooner we try to take it out. He says that mind will be a beautiful mind. So this was about Manasika tapas. Okay, there are more. When we study 17th chapter of Gita, we will reflect more on that at that point. I don't know when it will be, where it will be. But these are beautiful ideas for us to bring about some change in ourselves. Okay. So now with this advice, Naradji goes back. And now they are left, 3 of them. Let us see what happens there. After Doha number 70, we will chant. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. कहि अस ब्रह्म भवन मुनि गयऊ, आगिल चरित सुनहु जस भयऊ। पति एकांत पाई कह मैना, नाथन मैं समुझे मुनि बैना। जो घरु बरु कुल होई अनुपा, करिय विबाहु सुता अनुरूपा। नत कन्या बरु रहु कुवारी, कंत उमा मम प्राण पियारी। जौन मिलिहि बरु गिरिजहि जोगु, गिरि जड़ सहज कहिहि सबु लोगु। सोई बिचारी पति करे हो विबाहु, जेहि न बहोरी होई उरदाहु। अस कहि परि चरण धरि सीसा, बोले सहित स्नेह गिरीसा। बरु पावक प्रगटै ससि माहि, नारद बचनु अन्यथा नाही। प्रिया सोचु परिहरहु सबु, सुमिरहु श्री भगवान। पार्वती निरमयउ जेहि, सोई करिहि कल्याण। अब जो तुम ही सुता परने हो, तो अस जाई सिखावनु देहु। करे सो तपु जेहि मिलहि महेशु, आन उपायन मिटिहि कलेसु। नारद बचन सगर्भ सहेतु, सुंदर सब गुण निधि वृषकेतु। अस बिचारी तुम तजहु असंका, सब ही भांति संकर अकलंका। सुनिपति बचन हरषि मन माही, गई तुरत उठी गिरिजा पाही। उमहि बिलोकी नयन भरे बारी, सहित स्नेह गोद बैठारी। बारही बार लेती उरलाई, गद गद कंठन कछु कही जाई। जगत मातु सर्वज्ञ भवानी, मातु सुखद बोली मृदुबानी। सुनहि मातु मैं दीख अस, सपन सुनावउ तोहि। सुंदर गौर सुविप्र अर, अस उपदेसेउ मोहि। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। कहि अस ब्रह्म भवन मुनि गयऊ, आगिल चरित सुनहु जस भयऊ. He says, having said this, Naraji went back to Brahmaloka from where he had come. Now listen to the story that is going to come up next. Goswamiji is telling us. पति ही एकांत पाई कह मैना, नाथन में समुझे मुनि बहना. it is said finding Himavanji alone was very difficult. So Patihi ekanta pai kah maina, because he's so busy, all Rishi Munis are there, different rivers emerge from there, Devatas come. So very busy, Himavanji. To find him in Ekanta is not very easy. So Mainaji, she finds him in Ekanta and then she tells him, Natana me samujhay muni bahna. This Naradji, whatever he said, it was very good. He said, this first thing what was there was all about Aguna, Amana, Matu Pituhina, all these things will be there in son-in-law. But then he said not to worry also. I didn't fully understand what he said. जौ घरु बरु कुल होई अनुपा करिय बिबाहु सुता अनुरूपा. He said, my one request is, whenever you are, right now you will start looking for a husband for Parvati ji, please make sure that he is as good as our Parvati ji. Means he should be fit for the qualities that Parvati ji has. He should be from a good family. Ghara baru kulu, good family, good lineage, good virtues. Because such people, they will not let go of her whenever she is in difficulty. So make sure that you find somebody who is, good for Parvati ji. Nata kanya baru rahu kuari kanta uma mama prana piyari. And just for the sake of getting her married, don't get her married to anybody. Naraji might have told all these things. I would rather prefer she stays unmarried than marrying anybody. Okay. Nata kanya baru rahu kumari. Because she is very, very dear to me. Kanta uma mama prana piyari. Jona milahi baru giri jahi jogu, giri jada sahaja kahihi sabu logu. And Himavanji, I am telling this to you because it is about your prestige also. If you don't find an appropriate match for her, if you just get her married to anybody, people will say you are true to your name. Because Giri means one that doesn't move. Mountains don't move. He says people will say that this Himavan, who is the lord of this mountain, is Jada by Swabhava. By his nature only, he is Jada. Jada means one who does not think. See Parvati ji, he got her married to this person. Sui bichari pati karehu bibahu, jehina bahori hoi uradahu. He says, do that by which you will not have to regret later. Whenever you take any decision, Mainaji is telling Himavanji, whenever you take any decision, make sure that you have thought through all possible options. And then you take a decision. Otherwise, just because Naradji has said you also do something, and later on, you will end up regretting. Jehina bahori hoi uradahu. Don't do something because of which you will get burnt later. Asakahi pari charana dhari sisa, bole sahita saneha girisa. Having said this, Mainaji just, falls at the feet of Himavanji. And now Himavanji is telling Mainaji. This is a beautiful portion. As I had mentioned last time, what we should appreciate here is the Vamsha Shuddhi. The lineage in which Parvati ji is born shows the type of, what was the, sadhana chatushtaya of parents of Parvati ji, Himavanji and Mainaji. So that quality is getting highlighted now. Baru pavaka pragate sasimahi, narada bachanu anyatha nahi. Himavanji says, fire can come on the moon. Something that is totally not possible, that thing can happen. But Naradji's statements will not become false. That kind of nishtha he has. If a Santa Mahatma has said something, it is up to us to understand now what he has said. This doha you can underline very nicely, huh? Twice or thrice if you want, you can underline this. Priya sochu pariharahu sabu, sumirahu Shri Bhagavan. He says, O Maina ji, O Priye, Pariharuhu sochu sabu. Let go of all these worries. Don't worry too much. Little bit of worry is good, but don't worry too much about Parvati ji. Take Bhagwan's name. Parabatihi niramayamujahi soi karihi kalyana. He says, on what strength I am saying this? He says, on the strength that the one who has created our daughter, Parvati ji, that same Bhagwan will very well take care of her. And Kalyanam also means he will only get her married to the right person. Okay, you don't have to worry too much. So this Chaupai we should dwell on a little bit more now. Okay, look at the second line and pay close attention to what is said. Parabatihi niramayamujehi. Who is the nirmata of my, Himavanji is telling Mainaji, I have very clear understanding that we are not nirmata of Parvati ji. We are not nirmata, we are only nimitta. As a parent, Himavanji is telling that we are only the instruments for this child to be born. We are not the creator of this child. Why does he say so? Because Jiva is Anadi. Parents are not directly creating any Jiva. So in what way we should look at this? Whenever there is some organization, something is there, they form a trust, right? That this organization will take care of, or this committee will take care of all the running of this organization. People who are entrusted with this responsibility are called as trustees, right? And they don't have their own laws and rules. There is a law book that is there. All they have to do is just follow that law book, carry on their role, and ensure that everything runs smoothly. You say, this Parvati ji is entrusted onto us by Bhagwan. We are not her creators, we are only trustees. And that trust Bhagwan has entrusted upon us, Himavanji is telling Mainaji. And first thing over here, what is a rule book? Just like, trustee will have a rule book to look at. He says, Shastras are our rule book. How to bring up a child, the guidance to that will come from Shastra. Not directly, some guidance will be there directly, but first thing is, I should become sadhaka myself. Right? If I don't follow the rules and I expect all others to follow the rule, he says that won't work. So whatever guidance Bhagwan is giving us is first as a sadhaka, having all qualities, whatever he mentions in Bhagavad Gita or in Tattva Bodha, Sadhana Chatushtaya, all of it that we saw. On the spiritual journey, that is of course very helpful, but it is also helpful in our immediate family life. Right? So that thing he says that Nirmata of Parvati ji is not both of us, it is Bhagavan. And we will do our best to guide her in the right direction. Right? We are not running away from our responsibility, but we should know that she is very well taken care of by Bhagavan. So on that strength, you take Bhagwan's name and become Nischinta to some extent. Little bit of chinta is good, right? Guruji always says this. He says, if parents don't worry, your neighbor is not going to worry about your child, right? So parents should worry, but not worry too much. Right? So that is the first thing. Now, what is the somebody might ask, what is the guarantee that, I have put forth effort. I don't know whether that will work or not. You see, this is what is called as karma yoga. Right? We only said before, karmani eva adhikaraste, ma phaleshu kadachana. So what journey it will be, this is that you don't worry too much. Bhagwan is there to ensure that journey. And on that result, we don't have any control anyway. So what we have control is over giving the right samskaras, becoming sadhakas ourselves. At this point, we had seen in Tattva Bodha class also, children look up to parents as their first teachers. The way they speak, the type of different things, what they emulate, first learning comes from parents only. Because if I'm mindful about that fact, then my interaction has to be very moderated. Even though I would like to say something, that sadhaka will say, I will hold it back because this itself is my sadhana, because somebody else is looking up to us. Right? So karmani eva adhikaraste, as long as karmas are done right, he says result is very well taken care of. Sometimes you also try to make them, follow things that we have wanted to follow. Right? This is little off topic, but I think it is important to think about here. What we otherwise say as trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. They have come with their own vasanas. They have their own inherent tendencies. Giving that the direction is the role of parents, but not to take it to such an extent that it doesn't fit their inherent swabhava. Simple thing is this. We should look at ourselves first. We have so many things that we want to accomplish in our own routine, right? Does our mind follow us every time? For ourselves, whatever I want, does my mind do it every time that I want to do it? You see, if my mind itself doesn't follow my orders, how do I expect somebody else to follow me? Right? So this is another thing where it is said, don't try to change other people too much. Right? Our goal is to first become sadhakas and then guide to whatever extent we have been asked to, and then leave everything to Bhagavan. This thinking becomes a critical point to move from grahasthashrama to vanaprastha. Swami Akhandanand Ji Maharaj used to say this. He used to say that if somebody is unable to move on to the next stage, he says that is because of, one of the reasons is because of lack of faith that Bhagwan is here to take care of them. So this point also we should think about, that one cycle of duties are done, right? Raising up children, bringing up to a point where they can continue. But before starting another cycle, he says, think about it. Okay, so that much is good, I think. All different points we saw. These are reflection points. More we should dwell on it ourselves. Now comes another beautiful portion where Himavanji is telling Mahinaji how to express true love. Vedanta, sometimes we feel it is too dry or people don't have emotions. We say it is not like that. It is emotions channelized in the right direction. It is emotion that doesn't cover our Viveka Shakti. It is a art by which we don't get emotional. Right? Having emotions is one, getting emotional is very different. So now he says, Ab jo tumahi suta paranehu, to asa jai sikhavanu dehu. He says, oh Maina, if you really love your daughter, the way to express that love now is to go to her and give her the right guidance. Whatever guidance Narad ji has given, that you go and tell her now. करे सो तपु जेहि मिला ही महेसु आन उपाय न मिटी ही कलेसु. Go and tell her, करे सो तपु जेहि मिला ही महेसु. Go and tell her to do tapas by which only she will get Lord Shiva, and without which all other kleshas which are there, without having Bhagwan in our life, no kleshas can go away. This was probably one of the few tapas which was done only for Bhagwan. Parvati ji's tapas is very different. She is doing tapas to get Bhagwan. One can do tapas to get so many things, and in that tapas we can include Bhagwan also, but get something from the world, which is not criticized or condemned. It's a great stage to start our journey, right? So we should understand things in the right perspective, right? Over here, what is the thing that Parvati ji is doing tapas to get Bhagwan. Now this tapas word we should dwell on a little bit. What does tapas mean? So one meaning of tapas is that by which a thing becomes pakwa. Pakwa means what? Ripened. You know, the glass which is made, it has to be put in a furnace, right? And then you tapify it. You know, you heat it up from all sides, and then you see the shine of that glass. All jewels which are gained from earth, all of them need to go through this process of in the furnace, after which they start shining, not before. Before that, you cannot even make out, oh, this is gold, this is diamond. It looks like, you know, carbon. This is tapas is also like that. This ability in us to willingly forbear pairs of opposites, and with this ability, one is able to not drop the goal because of different challenges that come on the way. This vritti of forbearing pairs of opposites, that is called as tapas. Now, goal of tapas might be different. Okay, so in simple words, if you want to understand, that thought which makes us persevere in life, that thought which doesn't make us drop our goal because of any small thing that has come our way, that thought is called as tapas. Ana upau na mitahi kalesu. This is without, now little bit broader meaning. One meaning we saw that without Bhagwan, none of our kleshas can go away. But if you want to understand it with tapas, what it means is, Himavanji is telling Maina ji that you go and tell Parvati ji that she will have to put forth efforts herself to get anything in life, right? Children also, if they have to get something in their life, this is the best advice you can give them is work hard, right? Work hard, that is the best advice. Because if you try to do too many things for them, then you are not actually helping them, right? Guruji has written one book called as Jivana Sutrani. And the second or third sutra is very beautiful. All of them are beautiful, but second or third one I like very much. Where Guruji says, nobody can live somebody else's life. I think I'd written that sutra somewhere here. Anyasya anyena jivanam jivitum na shakyate. Anyasya means by someone. Anyena jivanam jivitum na shakyate. Nobody else can live somebody else's life. We cannot live someone else's life. They cannot live our life also. But parasparam sahayam tu sambhavati. We can mutually help each other. So give her the right guidance, tell her the importance of hard work, and then let her be on her own. Right? Let her go and do tapas and get Lord Shiva. Narada bachana sagarbha sahetu Sundara Saba Guna Nidhi Brushaketu. Naradji's Vachana is Sagarbha, means it is hidden, it is very, very deep. And it is Sahetu. He has said that for a very specific reason. Right? Naradji will not casually come and say anything that he wants. If he has said it, it has some very specific reason. Sundara Saba Guna Nidhi Brushaketu. And Lord Shiva is the one who is endowed with all virtues, all qualities. I am Hivan, I know him very well. He is right by here only. Asa bichari tuma tajahu asanka, sabahi bhati sankaru akalanka. Having known this, having remembered whatever I told you until now, let go of all your worries. Don't worry too much. None of those blemish, which are there in the literal meaning of those qualities which Naradji described, none of those things are there in Lord Shiva. He is akalanka, without any blemish. Unblemished is Bhagavan. Sunipati bachana harashimana mahi, gai turata uti girija pahi. Having heard Himavanji, Mainaji, her mind became very cheerful, very happy, and she quickly went to Parvati ji. Now, this is another quality of a sadhaka. Sometimes we are not able to see things in certain way for ourselves. But if we have the ability to see when we are shown, you say that's a great virtue to have. Okay, we ourselves cannot see something, certain situation, we are not able to look from that standpoint. But if somebody else who is more knowledgeable, who is our Hitaishi, Hitaishi means one who doesn't have their personal interest in giving that advice. So Himavanji here is giving out of lot of love. And after he telling her, now she is able to hold on to what he has told her. So this is called as Samarthya. In Sadhana Chatushtaya, in Tattva Bodha we saw it. Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. Now, whenever somebody hears this, we feel, oh my God, such difficult qualifications they are. Having this dispassion and then being able to distinguish things and then quietening the mind, this and that, everything. But there it is said, nobody is asking that these things should be 100% to begin with. But after somebody shows us that this is called as Nitya Vastu, this is called as Anitya Vastu. He says, after somebody shows, learn to think in that way now. Vairagya also the same thing, right? All the dosha darshanam is told about this body, only so much criticism is done. Healthy introvertedness, that word from Tattva Bodha, remember? This is after somebody tells us that, the ability to see in that way, not dismiss the person only who is trying to say, they have nothing to lose, right? We are the ones who should benefit. So he says this ability is a great virtue for a sadhaka. So you see Mainaji now, mother of Parvati ji, who is going to become the student of Shiva Gita. Look at her kula. So once Himavanji tells, she is now convinced about whatever things he has said. Now she goes to Parvati ji. Umahi biloki nayana bhare bhari, sahita saneha goda baithari. But when she sees her, that little girl, she starts, her eyes become moist, and then she's looking at her and thinking, how will I tell her this? She made her sit on her lap. She was that small, that young. How am I going to tell her that you have to go to forest and do tapas? Baar hi baar leti uralai, gada gada kantha na kachu kahi jai. Again and again, she is giving her a very warm hug and throat choked. She cannot speak anything. What will she tell that little girl? Jagata Matu Sarvagya Bhavani Matu Sukhada Boli Mrudu Bani. This is the first time Goswamiji is now introducing, the glory of Mother Parvati ji. This is Jagata Matu. She is trying to convince her mother. Mother of the universe is trying to understand her mother, and she is Sarvajna. Bhagwan, Divine Mother, they are Antaryami, right? Even before thought has come, Bhagwan knows already what is there in that thought. You don't have to even say it. So she understands what mother is going through. She knows that this is where she is right now, and she is unable to say that thing. Parvati ji says something which will give joy to her mother now. Matu sukhada boli mrudu bani. So this is that second tapas, which is called as Vachik tapas. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, one of the qualities of Vachik tapas is Anudvegakaram Vakyam. Means speech should be such that it does not create agitation in somebody. Whatever Kabir Das ji says, Vani aisi boliye man ka apa khoye. They speak in such a way that the other person's mind becomes cheerful. That person is able to open up in front of you. मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे, आपनु शीतल होए. It is not that I am doing a favor on somebody by speaking in this way. He says they will become quiet, that is good, but first of all, I will benefit from it. औरन को शीतल करे, आपनु शीतल होए. Means my mind will be more peaceful. That just like that coal, before you want to give it to somebody or throw it somewhere, he says it burns you first. So this Vani is also like that, Vachik tapas, being very mindful about what we speak. It is not easy. You see, that is why it is called as tapas. If it was easy, why would you call it as tapas? Right? Anybody could just do it naturally. Because it is difficult, Bhagavan says, this tapas is greater than doing that other tapas, which is of strange kind. 17th chapter, Bhagavan elaborates it, So many types of tapas people do. He says the one that I like is this kind of tapas. Moderation in speaking. Speaking too much is easy. Staying quiet is also easy. He says in between is that difficult part. So now you see how Mother Parvati ji is telling her mother, ये सुनहि माँ तुम्हें दीक अस सपन सुनावऊं तोहि सुंदर गौर सुबिप्र अस उपदेसेउ मोहि मोहि उपदेसेउ मोहि. She says, Mother, let me tell you something. Yesterday I saw a dream, and in that dream there was one white personality, Sundara Gaura. White personality was there, who came and said certain things to me. So mother, before she can say anything, Parvati ji is now telling her. What she tells, I always get caught up in like 2 minutes. Okay, so what she tells, you will see next time. Okay, she just elaborates more about whatever Narad ji has said. She says, this is the same thing that this person who came in my dream, that same person told me this. He said that your parents are also happy now. Now is the time. You should hold on to Narad ji's words. Go and do tapas. But the important thing to note here is Vachik tapas. Thinking from other person's shoe. So she has understood that mother is not comfortable in saying these things. So she says something which suits her mother also, and the entire thing is kept in balance. So there are some announcements. So please stay back. We will do our Nama Sankirtanam and then go into announcement. अगणित गुणगण भूषण रामा आश्रित वत्सल जय जय रामा अयोध्यवासी सीताराम आपद्बान्धव जय जय राम दशरथ नंदन श्रीराम दशमुखमर्दन जय जय राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम कामितफलदा जय जय राम पाप विमोचन श्रीराम पट्टाभिराम जय जय राम जानकी वल्लभ सीताराम जय रघुराम जय सीताराम वानर सेवित श्रीराम वारिधि वंदन जय जय राम हनुमत पूजित सीताराम श्रीराम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम श्रीराम जय जय राम श्रीराम जय जय राम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।